Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar. Can you please put pluses if you can see me and if you can hear me properly? For new people, we have control panel here when you have a chat window, so you can put plus if you can see me and if you can hear me properly. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Joseph. I'm glad that you can see me and hear me. Hope not only one person. Welcome to the webinar. Nice to see you guys. It's been for a while since I done the webinar last time. So it's really good to be here tonight with you. We have a conference in London today. Therefore, our main speakers are quite busy today. So I wanted to share with you latest news and promotions and plus do the presentation for new people. So really happy to see you all here. As usually, let's start with opinion poll. Can you select how many times have you attended the webinar? Is this your first time, second time, third, or more than 3? So choose one of the options. It will help me to understand what sort of the audience we have for tonight. And then I will alter my presentation regarding how many new people, let's say we have, or we have here people who attend more than 3 times, then I will emphasize more on the news and promotions. Perfect, more than 3. Yeah, thank you. All right, well, I want to ask you all to answer this question because we want to have also the feedback from you guys. It's not just me talking to myself or to the camera. I really want you to use the tools we have here, such as chat and questions, when we can have, sort of the conversation rather than a monologue. And I can see that we have more and more people coming to our room. So please select if you are here for the first, second, third time, or more than 3. Okay, thank you. Great, so we have new people here, which is good. A majority of you been here more than 3 times, which also very good. So let's start our day. Today I'll talk more about investment because every Tuesday, just to remind you, we have investment day, and every Thursday we talk more about business. You cannot see me anymore. What about now? Can you see me now? You should be able now to see my screen, to see myself and hear me as well. Can you put plus if, yeah, you can. Perfect. Great, let's rock and roll. As usual, please keep your questions to the end of the presentation. And meanwhile, if you have anything like any burning question, then of course feel free to type. I would be able to see them anyway, but I will spend more time on Q&A after I complete my presentation, okay? Great. So my name is Mila Serdukova. I am a business development director of the Global Transnet UK, based in London. So my job is to work with UK mainly, but also I work with the English-speaking countries, and we're planning to open more than 20 offices by the end of this year. It's a very ambitious plan, and my job is to share with you what I know about the company, to guide you, to coach you, and to help you to become a company representative. So then we all together as one group can take this project to the next level. My background in investment, business development, sales, marketing, my previous roles were in sales background. So I know how to negotiate, I know how to train people, and I guess sales expertise like helping me big time in this project. And I know the SkyWay Invest Group for more than 3 years now. So I'm very proud to be one of their leaders. And hopefully for those who don't know me yet, you will have an opportunity to talk to me a bit like on one-on-one, where I can help you guys and see what is your plan in this company and how I can help you to develop your region. SkyWay Invest Group, your educational investment portal, and our trademark is Real SkyWay System. Our mission is to educate people about importance of the investment and importance of the financial education. Our CEO, Andrei Havratov, he's very well known investor, a businessman. Previously, he been involved in many traditional businesses, network marketing businesses, and he incorporated Academy of Private Investor, which is his business he created 8 years ago in relationship to the education. So he incorporated together SkyWay and Academy of Private Investor, and we have today SkyWay Invest Group, and our mission to not just tell people what to do with their money and to show them investment opportunities, but also to educate them about the importance of investment and why it is a necessity today rather than just luxury. Because lots of people, they still are very skeptical about investment. Some of them, they're afraid to invest. Some of them, they don't understand the importance of the investing. So we are in a SkyWay Invest Group. We're looking for long-term solutions. So we want to tell people and we want to educate people. So then instead of just having the group of people who invest money, into any projects, we want to make sure that these people, they understand what is the core of the project and what is the core of the investment itself. So it's very important when you also talk to your people, you explain them who we are and what is our mission. And today we have a beautiful project, which is the SkyWay Technologies, and I will tell you a bit more about the project on the second part of the presentation. So what is investment? And to put it in a short term, investment means it is the actions or the process of investing money for profit, which means that there are an opportunity where you can make more money by investing into something. And there are different types of investment exist today. The market is, overcrowded with all this investment. We have stocks, we have bonds, we have real estate, forex, different savings accounts, and etc. There are tons of different investment opportunities, and sometimes people they confuse, they don't understand how to check and where to look and what to look for, which is the most important question. So today I wanted to guide you guys a little bit on this and talk about importance of the investment, but also I wanted you to realize how you should evaluate each investment, because as I said, today market is overflowed with different opportunities, and I have so many people who come into me and offering to invest in different companies, but then when I look at these companies, they are pyramids or hypes, and people they don't see, they believe it so much, but then when you show them all facts and figures, then they realize the bigger picture. So I wanted you to understand who we are and what we do. That we are completely legal and transparent company, and my job is also to show you what you need to look for when you make your investment decision. What to be aware of? There are four main factors which you need to be aware of as investor, especially if you just started an investment and something new for you. Then you need to learn how to differentiate these four factors. First one is profitability, then risk, guarantees, and liquidity. Well, guarantees is very risky because unfortunately there is nothing guaranteed in our world today. For example, living in UK, I know that there are. It was a few years ago. It was a very famous bank that went bankrupt. Within the overnight, they went bankrupt without even, it was no warnings, no signals, nothing. And what happened to all these people who had their savings in the account? That unfortunately they lost up to 70% of their savings. And I don't know if you know, but previously, a few years ago, not few years, more than 5 to 10 years ago, for every single for every single penny you have in your bank, you usually would have received some sort of the guarantee from the bank. But unfortunately, these times are gone, and today banks, they cannot offer any guarantee. So there are lots of examples where banks start also introducing the negative interest, which means that people would have to pay extra money just for them to have savings with certain banks. And that is why today we have lots of, the cryptocurrency and, different coins comes to the market, because we come to the realization that we cannot trust the bank system anymore. So the guarantees is very tricky, and I don't want to kind of plant the seed in your mind that there is anything is guaranteed. Unfortunately, nothing is guaranteed. However, you as investor, you need to put the all risks and rewards on the scales and see what is there for you, if this is worthwhile investment or not. So the guarantees will be the kind of the principle which you need to look for. Either anything company can guarantee, if not, then why? In terms of the risk, it's very straightforward. There are different types of risk. Some of them could be calculated, some of them cannot. For example, political risk, it's very hard to calculate. It's very hard to predict. But in certain countries, like let's say Ukraine today, it is very sort of risky company to invest. But at the same time, there are lots of startups that coming from Ukraine, like WhatsApp. I don't know if you knew, but one of the co-founders of WhatsApp was the guy from Ukraine. So the risk, they always there. And again, when you make your investment decision, do look for the risk. What are the risks, and calculate them. Profitability is one of the key, and that is where again you have the scales going for higher risk and higher profitability, or go for lesser risk and lesser profitability. Unfortunately, there are only like probably 1 out of 1,000 projects when you have some guarantees, when you have limited risk and big profitability, then everyone would have invested in this company, right? Even in our company, in SkyWay Invest Group Promoting Technology SkyWay, there is certain also risk related to profitability. That is why people who invested in early stages, for example, they had more pre-IPO shares compared to the people who join company now, because at that time, 3 years ago, it was very risky, and the more risk is more reward. So therefore, definitely look at their profitability when you're presented with a new investment opportunity. And last but not the least is liquidity. Can you please put in chat if you know what liquidity means? Put plus if you do and minus if you don't. What is liquidity? Mm-hmm. Some of you do, some of you don't. Most of you don't. Okay, very briefly, plus. Thank you, Roja. Very quickly, well, liquidity is it is an economical term, basically how quickly you can put your investment into money. So, for example, if I have a house today, which let's say my rental business, so if I want to sell the house tomorrow, can I do it fast? If yes, then the money will be this investment will be very liquid, because then I can turn them quickly to money. If not, then it is not very liquid investment. So liquidity means that what is like liquidity? It's English term, it's liquid, like water, right? In our case, it's mean how quickly you can convert your investment to money. And the money is the most liquid asset, because for money you can buy food, you can buy clothes, like you can convert money into any products and services. So same with investment. Some of investment, they're very liquid, like for example forex. So you buy one currency, then you can sell another currency, then you can buy another. So like you do lots of movements, so it's very liquid. In some cases, if like for example, I mentioned previously with the house, it's not that liquid. You cannot buy house today and sell tomorrow. There are certain processes which need to take the place. So when it comes to investment, again, liquidity is very important. Maybe 10 years ago, people they didn't even thought about liquidity, because they have like savings account, they have the jobs which they paid every month, and they have sort of the security that the government will look after them. Today environment wouldn't have the security. People can lose the job. That's simple. Government, they don't much they don't care much, because there are less and less programs where they can provide any security, especially for retired people. So we are responsible for ourselves. So therefore, it's very important to understand how liquid it's your portfolio. As Brian correctly said, how quickly you can access your funds, but not just access your funds, Brian, but how quickly you can convert them to money, because this is very important. There are some investment where they claim that's a very liquid investment, but in fact they're not. Because if I can, for example, like one coin, right? So I cannot trade with one coin. I cannot even withdraw the one coin, or maybe I can, but it's going to take me lots of time, and then I cannot go to supermarket and buy food for this, for one coin. So therefore, they're not liquid at all. So please bear in mind these factors when you decide where you want to invest, because we talk a lot about investment in our company. And again, our aim is not just to give you the project, but we want you to understand why, what is this project about, what are the risks, what are guarantees, what are profitability, and how liquid this investment is. Once you learn all this once you understand how to put it together, then trust me, whatever opportunity you will be given, you would have enough knowledge to analyze it. And then you would not end up investing your money into some, pyramids or scams or hypes. You would have enough knowledge when you can decide for yourself if this company is worthwhile of your time and money. We have in our company 5 commandments for private investor, which is created by Andrei Havratov. These are just 5 generic rules which he believes, and myself and all our team, we believe that every single person should be aware of. First one is you need to save up to 10 to 30% from your income, which is, I think, very, very common sense. You don't just receive money and spend money. You always need to have some, safe pot or investment pot where you can, save up your money, and then you can invest your money for better returns. The second one, of course, is control your expenses. Make sure that you understand what are, income and outcome. What do you have your assets and your liabilities. So you need to be in control of your finance. And if you don't know, if you by the end of the month you realize that you don't have enough money for you to live till next salary or next income, then you need to seriously look at your financial planning and see what's happening and why you have a gap. Protect your money, also very important, because as I said, today we have so many different opportunities and people bombarding me with different offers where I can make the hundreds of thousands tomorrow, just invest here, invest there. But then you need to be really protective of your finance, because we all know that it's very easy to lose money. It's very easy. So therefore, be sure that whatever the decision you make, you calculate all risks together and you protect your money. Learn how to invest wisely. Obviously, we here stand for education, and we want to inspire people so they again not just invest in money, but they understand what is this all about. And always learn to earn more. Of course, the more income stream you have, then it's easier to manage money. Then you can take the higher risk with higher returns, because if you only have one job, it's very risky, right? What if your boss decide to let you go tomorrow? Then you lose your income. But what if you have 5 or 6 different income streams? So even if one income stream go down, you still have another 5, which give you lots of security, right? But unfortunately, lots of people still live in this, 90s mentality where every single person has to have a job. So you work for someone else most of your life. You work from 8 to 5. And that's how we've been trained. And even myself, when I tell my parents that I leave in my, full-time, very good paid job to join the SkyWay team, they look at me like, are you crazy? Like, you have very good job. You have, they pay you very well. So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? So it took them actually a while to understand. And even today, like my dad, he still kind of think that I'm crazy, traveling around the world promoting, some technology which is not yet built, globally. So there are lots of things which, another generation, they might not get it. But at the same time, for me, it's more secure to have a different income sources than, work for the rest of my life, just one employee, which is so risky. And I hope that this, very brief in like 5 steps, also 5 commandments, will also help you to understand which one you have and which one you're lacking. So next time when you have this investment decision to make, you would be able to relate to what I briefly teach you about 4 main pillars, and also 5 commandments for private investor. So just wanted to give you a bit of how you say, the snap preview about investment. So then you would be able to, like, you would be equipped to have better to make better decision in the future when it comes to the investment. Was it useful? Do you think it's useful to have some sort of a bit of the about investment every time when we do webinars, so then people can learn more about investment, not just learn about the skyway technology? Can you put pluses if you find it useful, and put minus if you think that it wouldn't be better to have like maybe separate training and leave our presentation as it is, just about spring technology without mixing with any other topics? So can you please reply on this, so it will give me a very good overview. What shall we do for next webinars? Mm-hmm. Okay, some of you prefer to have, some of you not. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your feedback. I will definitely take this on board. Mm-hmm. Okay. Most of you prefer. Okay, great. All right. So next time, for those who prefer just to go to the presentation straight away, then yeah, come like 15 minutes after we start the webinar. So then the presentation, this will be the presentation for main technology, divided to parts we have. Yeah. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, that was the first part of our webinar. But today I wanted to talk about Skyway string technology, and that is the main reason why we're here. You're probably very familiar with this, pictures, what we're fighting for today. Like lots of people are struggling with overpopulated cities, pollution. We pay too much for the travel. We spend lots of time traveling, especially in the countries like China, UK, America, in Europe as well. Now it's getting worse and worse, where people they spend lots of time stuck in the traffic. So these are unfortunately global challenges we all face. I can really relate to it because I live in London, and the traffic here just getting worse and worse. More and more people want to live in the city. More and more people coming from abroad, and even more people from UK that want to live in London, because in city like London you have better jobs and etc. And it's all caused lots of problems to ordinary people, because we're currently stuck in our in the traffic. We're currently stuck. We breathe this polluted air. Lots of people they have asthma today because of the pollution, because of the environmental problem we face today. And of course the prices, as I mentioned, every year we spend more and more money for travel. So therefore unfortunately this is our reality today. And unfortunately lots of people are in situation where they're really struggling. They're really struggling. I know some people, like and a few couples in China, and they said that it's getting last year. It was such a horrible situation there, when even if you wear a mask, you can still breathe this polluted air. And it is really big problems we face in today. And with our transport, with the string technology, we can address all these problems big time. As you can see from the slide, Anatoly Dartovich Vinitsky, he is a chief designer, and he is the guy who's behind of the technology. So around 35 years ago, he come up with the idea of putting all hazardous manufacturers out to the space. His initial idea was to develop the space, so then different fabrics, laboratories. They can be work from out of the space, and at the same time we would not have the problems we have today, but especially with the high level of pollution. Unfortunately, 35 years ago, he didn't receive much support, because imagine we're talking about post-Soviet Union time. The Russia and SSR were very close country, and they didn't promote the technology, outside of the country. So therefore, unfortunately, he didn't receive much support in that time. However, as times go past, he come up with idea of implementation of string technology here in Earth, and this is something he can promote heavily today. So the concept of string technology was born out of the space project. So today, the string technology, it's a really tiny project which he wants to implement in different countries globally. And wherever the profit Unitsky generate from string technology, he wants to reinvest back to the space. As you can see, he's very well known engineer. He received lots of certificates, awards, gold medals, 2 grants from UN, from development, and etc. So he is like Elon Musk, but in Russia. He got his personal website, which is unitsky.com. When you can Google him and you can find lots of patents. You can go back to 1966 on his website, where you would be able to track and see what was his inventions. You can read his patents and a lot of information about his background and his personal story. We even have one documentary. It's called Unitsky String Technology Outer Space. I need to Google it. If you just put there Unitsky Technology documentary, you would be able to find 20 minutes documentary when he talks a lot about his personal challenges, when he talks about who he is, where he from, and why he believed that string technology is the technology which we need to implement in every single country in the world. Very nice movie. If you couldn't find it, do let me know. Put this in our main chat, so I will be able to share with you link. So what is the SkyWay technology? Let's have a look at the video. Oh, sorry. Okay, can you still hear me? I have some problems with network, I believe. Hello, can you hear me? Sorry, guys. I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but my network for some reason the Wi-Fi disconnected. Can you please put pluses if you can see my screen, if you can hear me? Hello. Okay, can you see my screen, please? I don't think you're able to see me. Okay, some of you, I can see some of you typing saying I cannot see, cannot hear you. Let me just try to disconnect one more time my screen and I will connect again. Okay, should be better now. Can you please put plus if you can see my screen and if you can hear me? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Base. Okay, thank you. So let's, I'm sorry, we have some weak connection today in our office, but nevertheless, I wanted to show you the video which will explain a bit more detail about technology. I love this video. It's explained very well what is the technology about, and I believe that it's better. Yeah, it's better to see video rather than just go through explanations, because then it's give you the visuals and you can see how technology will look like in your city. Because sometimes people think like that is going to be just in front of the windows, especially people who live in like in Paris or in Europe, where they have 7 9 floor buildings. So they asked me questions like a week ago. One of the partners, she said to me, "Oh, that is so strange. So how does the skyway, would it be like just next to my window?" I was like, "No, no, no. It depends on, obviously depend on each project. Like in some cases, it can be 3 to 5 meters above the ground. On some cases, could be a bit lower. In some cases, could be higher. So we will see, like we will evaluate each project individually, and then depends if we're talking about the high-speed transport or city transport, then the project will be developed in a way that it's not in front of anyone else's windows. So security and safety will be there 100%. um, what I want to show you with this slide is that you can see on the left-hand side this picture past. So these are not real images on the left hand side. These are just online prototypes, online digital images. And on the right hand side, you can see actual image, how the transport look like. So as you can see, we have Unibike here in Minsk, which is up and running today. The Unibike can reach the speed up to 150 kilometers an hour. And it is our working model today. We have Unibus, which is here on the right hand side. This is inside urban transport with the capacity of 14 people. The speed of the Unibus could be also up to 150 kilometers an hour. We don't have to have the 150 inside a city, especially if city is small, but the technology can develop, or the bus can develop the speed up to 150 kilometers an hour. We have a stations here, which is already completed today, and this is our security unit. Again, this is part of their Unitsky know-how. He created the security unit, which go around and check that the park is safe. We don't have any animals, we don't have any people who are trying to sneak out, and check what is inside. So everything is like top security, and everything is safe in our park. So as you can see, today we have working models and we have a real transport. So we're not longer talking about the concept or images. We're talking about actual piece of transport. And the first time this transport was launched at Innotrans exhibition in Germany, in Berlin last year, September 2016. We've been invited to the biggest exhibition called Innotrans, and here we presented Unibus, the one you just showed in the picture, 14 people capacity, and Unibus. Unibike, this 2 people capacity, and Unibus is 14 people capacity. So as you can see, they are real size working model, and Unibus is will be up and running in Minsk within the next 2 weeks, I believe. So it's as far as I heard, before Unitsky birthday, Unibus will be up and running. So it's a little present from his team to him. So we will have both Unibike and Unibus within the next few weeks operating fully in park. And here just few images how technology look like inside. Unibus, it's very spacious, even though from picture it's look like it's quite small, but when you're inside it's very spacious, and you can actually have more than 14 people. I remember in Berlin when we had for the grand opening of this technology for technology launch, we have like lots of people who wanted to go inside the Unibus and just feel how would, like, imagine yourself going to the speed of 150 kilometers an hour, and we reached the stage when we have like almost 20 people there. So it was crazy, but transport is very safe. So even though it says for 14 people, but it could be more than that. No sound. Oh gosh, what happened with today internet? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, can you hear me now? Hello. Yes. Okay, thank you. I will keep my eye on chat. So if you saying that you cannot hear me, then I will just turn on and off my mic. Sorry, guys. Okay, so these are, as I said, the real transport, which is you can see it today in Minsk Unibike, and within next few weeks, Unibus will be also fully operated. So how we achieve what we achieve today, it's purely because of the crowdfunding. Do you know what crowdfunding means? Can you put plus if you do know and minus if you haven't heard or if you don't know what's crowdfunding? You do. Perfect. Thank you. So in our case, there are a few types of crowdfunding exist today. So it's one of them is donation crowdfunding, equity crowdfunding, debt crowdfunding, and another one when you receive sort of the gifts like the Google did. Remember with the Google glasses, when people invest in technology, in return they receive the Google Glass. Well, the good news is that we're not going to receive the Unibus, we invest in a company. We will receive actually the piece of company. So our crowdfunding is called, you cannot hear me again. Can you put pluses if you can hear me? Plus, okay, thank you, June. Carol, maybe it's something with your system because people can hear me. If you cannot, just please like send me the message so then I can double check. So back to my slide. We do equity-based crowdfunding. So what means equity-based crowdfunding means that when people actually invest in the company, they're not just receiving the money in return, they're not receiving like a gift in return, they actually becoming co-owners of the technology. So it's very important to understand the difference because once you become a co-owner of technology, then whatever the portfolio you own, it will stay there for the rest of your life. It can be passed to your children and grandchildren. So once you become an investor in a company, it stays there for as long as company exists. So it's called equity based crowdfunding when you invest your money for the piece of equity as a return. Um, come and go a bit. Hello? Oh, so annoying. It's very annoying for me. I can imagine that it's very annoying for you too to not be able to listen properly. So what we have in this slide is our ecotechno park. This is the piece of land in Minsk given us by government. So we have Lukashenko, is Belarusian president from Belarus. He is fully supported our transport, string technology, Unitsky transport solutions. So he happily provides us with the land in Minsk. So today we have few lines already installed. We have Unibike, as I mentioned previously. Unibus will be up and running next few weeks. We already start building the cargo line. It's here. And also high-speed transport. You see here, it goes the first 15 kilometers, and then it's going to be extended for another 16, which means that the high-speed transport would be able to show its speed with the full capacity. So it will go to the 500 kilometers an hour and slow down. So our Ecotechnopark today is the place where we will do the certification for technology. And once certification is received, which will be mid of this year for city transport, we can sell this technology pretty much globally. There are certain countries which require a slightly different certification, but this is something we'll discuss with them on one-on-one when we present them with the SkyWay solutions. Then to a certain extent, we can provide 1 kilometer of road for local certification as well. But this is something we'll discuss with more country officials and the government, taking into consideration that they actually want to build the Skyway locally. Today we raised around 27 million by using just people money. So crowdfunding plays a very big and crucial role in our business. So instead of the going and approach banks or big investors, Unitsky and Havratov, they put together a system where ordinary people like us can invest. And just to give you an idea how the, again, financial investment world works, that's the most lucrative investment, they unfortunately not here for usual people. You cannot just go today and invest in a, like Hyperloop or, amazing companies. You can only invest in companies which, like either not yet developed, which means they're too risky, or these are the company would not require like big investors. So very small players like franchisee, for example, when you can invest in different franchise business, or like to the small scale business. So unfortunately, the world and the investment world works in a way that the more money you have on it, then the good opportunities for you will be unfolded. For example, I'm reading today the very amazing book which I recommend all of you, especially if you want to learn about investment. It's latest book published by Tony Robbins called Unstoppable. Really cool book. It's give you brilliant idea about the today investment, about what's happened with the usual people, how they've been misled by big corporations and by the government and hedge funds. It's very, very important book to read if you want to understand about investment. And the funny bit was there that he advised people to invest in different companies using by one of his friend company, which is decent, transparent, and clean company. And then he said like, oh, just for you readers, I'll do kind of one-off. So my friend, he usually managed the portfolio of worth of a few millions and more, but as a one-off for you readers, you can also register for his company, and he's happy to work with you as far as you have at least 100,000 cash to invest. Like imagine, do you have 100,000 at least to invest? Well, usual person would not even have this money, which means that we cannot even follow Tony Robbins' good advice to work with his friend, which can help us to build the portfolio, because we don't even have this money. And this is the big problem. And most people they scared to invest money because of that, because there's lots of rubbish in the market where company just want to take advantage. In our case, the people who are involved in our company, we're not just talking to people today. So we already passed this threshold when it was just idea, when it was beautiful picture. Today we actually have a project. Today we have a piece of transport available for you to see. And if you look at our business development plan, we are today in stage number 9. And this is the really crucial stage responsible for transport demonstration and certification. As you can see, 2017. So by the end of the 2017, the Ecotechno Park will be funded completely. By 2017, we will end up to having at least 30 local projects globally. By 2017, all people who were not sure whether they want to be part of the company, if they're not, then they will lose their chance to be part of something, amazing and part of the huge company. So therefore, it's very important to show people that we are a transparent company. We have all the evidences. And today we are not just approaching usual people. We're talking to the government. We're talking to the ministry levels. And these are the people who check every single document, who check every single, paper produced by Unitsky before they put even a little signature on the paper that I am considering to have this technology in my city. So therefore, it's very important stage for stage number 9. Within next few months, or maybe even lesser, we're going to the stage number 10, 11, 12, and then 15. Stage 15 means IPO. So company planning to go to IPO over the next 2 to 4 years, and this will be exit strategy for our shareholders, which means that people who purchase in the portfolio today, they would be able to sell the stocks on that time. We call them stocks. When company goes to public, it's going to be listed in London Stock Exchange. So you would be able to sell it and receive your returns. And as you probably know, another big advantage of become co-owner of the technology is the dividends. And we have an agreement with Unitsky that he's happy to give us 20% from the company profit towards the dividends. So which means that every quarterly, you as the shareholder of technology, you will receive the guaranteed dividends. And just to emphasize on this a little bit, lots of companies like BMW, for example, they've been caught up so many times because they don't pay the money back to the shareholders. So what they do, wherever the profit the company makes, and trust me, they make lots of money, what they do, they reinvest. So on the balance sheet, they don't have any profit as if, because they reinvest everything back to the business. In our case, because Unitsky, he owns 51% of the company. And as I mentioned earlier, his plan is not just get a quick profit, but he wants to receive all the maximum profit from the project and then reinvest into space development. So therefore, he signed the agreement that 20% of the company profit has to go towards the dividends. And this is also another security, another sort of the guarantee from him to us guys that once company goes to public, then you will receive your passive income every 3 months, which is the dividends. If you decided not to sell your stock, you still will receive the lifelong dividends. And this is the beauty of this technology. So on this slide, you can see that we reached lots of agreements for the past few years. The first person who recognized the SkyWay technology was Rod Hook from Australia. He traveled to Unitsky so many times, first by himself, then with his business partner, then he traveled with the engineering company. Today, we even have a letter, official letter from our Recon. Correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's the biggest Australian engineering company, and they put the official letter on the website saying that they find the technology very unique and they want to build it in Australia, and they will be the engineering company who will perform the work for Australia. So we have this sort of, like evidences and proof for everyone who wanted to know a bit more about technology, and maybe people who are a bit skeptical because some seems like too good to be true. But again, we're not just talking to people, because as I've said, it's really easy to mislead people. People are vulnerable, especially people who don't know much about investment. It's easy to say what we do, how we do, this is your return, just invest. But we here have lots of proofs, and we have a contract with the government which make us very transparent company. And as you all know, the 1st of July, we're organizing the huge trip to Minsk, where all of you guys, you invited, and you can see technology yourself. So 1st of July is going to be a grand opening where you're not just going to be able to see technology, but you also might be able to take a ride. You will be able to see Unitsky, you will be able to see the park, and etc. So you see the company, we have nothing to hide. So therefore, we're organizing this event so people who support this project can actually see everything and can get this energy, because it's completely different when you see it on the internet and once you see everything in front of your eyes. So we have here Rod Hook from Australia. We have agreed the letter of intents and contracts agreements with Russia, with Belarus, with Ireland, with Turkey, Czech Republic, and India. Today, India, one of our biggest clients, they very recently signed the contract to connect 3 cities together using SkyWay technology, and they have signed the contract of 922 million, which makes them the first country who not just shown an interest towards technology, but who actually put the money and say, yes, I have money to invest. And it's going to be probably our first project, which will start from either mid of or end of this year, because we still need to produce pre-project documentation, which can take up to 6 to 8 months. So once pre-project documentation is done, then you can select, or Unitsky rather, can select the local engineering company, and they can build the Skyway there in India. So these are the country who excited today about technology, and not just them. We have now more and more country who join us, because you probably heard the latest news that Skyway exhibited at their one of the biggest exhibition in Indonesia, and you will soon hear very good news what happened in this exhibition. Myself and my UK team, we've been attending one exhibition in Liverpool. It's called Greens, where we present in front of the politicians, in front of the policymakers, in front of the green people all over the world about technology. And we have such a great response, especially from countries like Japan, China, again India, even the UK. Even Norway. We came across this party in Norway, and they want to promote their green technology. And when they heard about Skyway, the guy, he was so surprised. He like, wow, I never heard about this technology, especially if you can build it with the minimal land acquisition, which means that we don't have to dig the physical road, right? So we're using the elevated solutions, which mean that it's 5 to 10 meters above the ground. So therefore, building the Skyway is even cheaper or cost effective than to build traditional road. So even though it's innovation, but it's cheaper than traditional transport. Just think about it. Not so many companies do what we do, and not so many companies can offer what we offer. So when myself and other people and other teams, when we talk to the officials, to the government level, they see this technology as the saver. Because lots of countries today, they're concerned about the pollution, they're concerned about communication, they're concerned about obviously transport. And in countries like Africa or Latin America, they don't have a good cargo transport, which again a great opportunity for us, because as you know, we have four types of transport in Skyway. We have city transport, which is unibus and unibike. We have high-speed transport, and we have cargo transport. So we can offer lots of solutions to almost every single country to the world, because again, we don't require to build the roads. We ecologically friendly transport, which means it can be run by energy or solar panels. It's cheaper than any transport today, and we can save the world by using Skyway technology globally. So we have lots of advantages, and we don't have today any company who can offer anything even similar to what we have here. So I hope you realized where you are and what potential this company has. Huge potential, absolutely. For India market, for China, for every single country. Like we talk for 4 days in a row with various politicians from all over the globe, and not even a single one say to us that I'm not interested. We exchanged so many details. We gave all our brochures away because people were so keen and interested, and they never heard anything like this. Especially when you present this technology, and you mentioned that we are not just transporting technology from Belarus, so we give them technical documentation, and then they can use their local engineering company, local people, so which means we provide them with a workforce so they can build the transport themselves. So imagine this technology to give the not just opportunity to the government to expand and get kind of to help the people to connect with various places, but also in a bigger scale, we provide in country the workforces. We can build the factories there. So it's huge project with the so many links. And today I know like few countries, they're also looking for international solutions when they can open the trade to different countries, and they can use the cargo Skyway to do so. So we have a huge potential here, and only in Europe, if you look at the latest McKinsey report, it will say that in Europe there's market potential 3.3 trillion. But if you have a look at the global potential, it's more than $250 trillion. Do you know how many zeros you have in trillion? A lot. Yes, hello. A lot. So someone just entered the room. Well, Unfortunately, you missed the big part of the presentation, which is the SkyWay technology. So I will send you guys recordings if you missed the presentation. But can you see now, people who were here at the beginning, can you see the potential of this technology? Can you see why this technology is needed to almost every single country to the world? How we can, when we offer the solutions to people, they will look at you as, like as they saver. So the reaction we have is just amazing. And these are not just, people who want to invest. These are country heads who are looking for solutions like this. And I mind the zeros. Harish, me too. Um, let's have a look. If you have any questions related to technology, please feel free to ask me, because then we're going to investment part of the presentation. So if you have any concerns, any questions regards to technology, please ask me now. Oh, here we have location from Google Earth. You can go to Google Earth and type Ecotechnopark Marvina Gorka, Minsk, Belarus, and you would be able to see our park. So you can enlarge it as well, and so it's all real. It's all happening. So it's not just beautiful pictures. It's all real. Absolutely. So let's have a look what questions we have. Crowd investing is the best thing that happened to common man to become investor. Absolutely, it is indeed the best thing, because again, so many companies, like for example Apple or Facebook, why we never heard about them? Because they were not just open to public. They weren't like, no one could have just say, okay, invest in Facebook, because in 2 years the company go to IPO. Only little circle of people, they probably were aware about this, but most of the people, they never even heard about such opportunities. So crowdfunding is the best thing which could happen to ordinary people like us, who doesn't have 100,000 just to invest and give the opportunity to hedge funds or other funds to manage behind you. So it's a really beautiful opportunity for people. Have an actual finished project is amazing, not just pipe dream. Absolutely. Mila, do you have the name of the Australian company behind Skyway? Yes, the name is Recon. I'll just post it to you, chat. Reckon this is the company name, and I have also official letter from them where they mention about technology that they're really keen and they're looking to build it in Australia, and that's they will be the company there to execute. So yeah, you can Google. You will find just put our Recon Skyway news. Google it. You will find lots of articles. For India market, this is the only beginning. Absolutely, India market. Imagine the first of all, India's economy went so fast. Last year, they were number one develop the economy in the world. They developed so fast. So there are lots of regulation today in India where government want to keep people investing in the all local market, which from one hand is disadvantage, because then people, they don't have opportunity to invest outside India. But from another hand, for example, we're now getting Skyway in India for investors good opportunity, because then they can invest locally in their own project and the money will stay within the country. So this will give a huge opportunity to ordinary people to be involved in their own country development, which is the great thing. You're not just making money, but you're also helping your own country to become better and better, to increase your economy and etc. Absolutely. What is the value of the Australian contract and by when we will complete? You see, with Australia, initially it was only one project, Flinders University. Rodhook, again, if you Google Rodhook Australia, Flinders University, you'll find lots of articles. But now there are four more projects what they're looking for. One of them is cargo and high speed. So there is not final number yet finalized. And plus in Australia, certification is slightly different. So therefore, still India will be more likely the first project, because unlike in Australia, they not just like the project, but they actually have the funds now, which they're happy to spend to build the Skyway. So probably India would be the first to build the Skyway. Yeah, India is really huge market. So therefore, we're looking forward to open an office in India as soon as possible. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your questions. So now let's have a look what is in it for you. The first of all, investment opportunities. So this is something you can get access in your back office. If you don't have the back office yet, you need to go back to the person who introduced you to this webinar and ask them to share with you link. So you can invest in the company today and become a technological owner and receive their lifelong dividends and pre-IPO equity shares. Just to give you an example, if you invest today $1,000, which is equal to 1,000 units, you'll have 115,000 pre-IPO equity shares, which means that when company goes to IPO, which is next 2 to 4 years, you will have $115,000 minimum. Again, company planning to go to IPO with a price of $1, but this is the minimum price. So within next 5 to 10 years, when shares mature, then the price per share could be 10, 20, 50, $100. So if you're looking for medium-term investment, like short-term 2 to 4 years, when company goes to IPO, then of course you can sell your package, you can sell half or a certain percentage, but then we will still recommend people to hold on till the shares mature, because that is where you have the biggest potential. When one share price costs like $10 or $100, then it's completely different game altogether. So today these are options available. Again, once we move to the next stage, then prices will go up to the 40% and more. And we have lots of people in this room who already experienced few changes. And it is not just me promoting the company, but this is actually, guys, how it works. If you go to online back office, you can access our business development plan, and you can see that every time when we close it to IPO, the share price will be more and more, which means you invest today 1,000, you have 115,000 as return. In a few months, when you invest 1,000, it's going to be only 70,000 in return. So every time, and the closer we are to the stage 15, for the same money, you will have lesser and lesser shares in your portfolio. So therefore, for people who are join the company at early stages, for example, they could have acquired more than a million pre-IPO shares for the same 1,000. Today, for 1,000, it's only 115, sorry. So therefore, if you're still thinking, if you're still not sure, well, I hope I gave you enough evidence. I hope I give you enough comfort that we guys understand what we do. And again, it's not just about the people, it's about the government today. And we have lots of proofs online. Just Google SkyWay India, you'll find a third-party endorsement where SkyWay, where India Times, they talk about India. Google SkyWay Australia, you've had lots of articles and interviews from third parties. So it is not just us talking or me talking because I represent the company, but it is actually all over the internet, lots of articles about the technology. So whatever you believe it or not, it is happening today. So the question is, are you going to join now, or are you going to wait till one share will be $1? But this is your decision. Also, for people who, for example, want to have a largest package portfolios, but they don't have money to invest now, company create this monthly packages, which I believe really awesome tool for ordinary people. We all wanted to become a millionaires, but unfortunately not all of us have like 10,000 to invest to become a millionaires. So instead of looking for 10K in one go, company happy to provide you installments where you're not entitled to a certain contract, but at the same time a company will secure this portfolio for you, and you're given 10 months to pay, which will be 10 times 1,000 is same 10,000, but instead of the paying lump sum, you're given opportunity to pay monthly. So this package is very popular, especially among the kids. I have so many friends when they purchase these packages for their daughters and sons. So imagine like having at least like little package of $100 per month. This is probably something which you put for your saving account anyway for maybe future college. house. So instead of just putting this money in the bank, you can invest this money in a company, which would mean that once your child is turned 18, he or she will receive, not just 100,000 dollars or shares, but they could be extra two zeros or maybe even more, which means that you can provide and secure the future for your kids, at least to get a decent house plus pay for university education. So therefore, these packages are very popular as the gifts, as just putting for your kids' future education as a savings, but also for people who want to receive the bigger returns and they cannot invest today a large amount of money. They use these packages because it's very easy. And even if the worst case scenario, you realize that you cannot pay anymore, you can stop the package anytime. The only thing what will happen is the company will recalculate wherever the amount of whatever the amount of money you invested will be equal to amount of pre-IPO shares on the day when they stop your promotion. So hopefully it's all clear with the monthly packages. Do you have any questions or concerns regards to the investment bit? No sound again. Can I hear you? Oh gosh. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. Have you heard what I mentioned about monthly packages? Yes, okay. So do you have any questions related to investment opportunities? Not all of it. Okay, let me just, let me just summarize. So again, monthly packages, they're not a contract, so you can stop it at any time, which means this is, of course, the worst case scenario. So we're not offering people to get themselves involved in the package so then they can stop it. But as give you peace of mind that there's not a contract. So it's not like you have to pay every month. If you have certain situation when you realize that you cannot invest anymore, you can stop at any time you wish, and then the packages will be recalculated. And lots of people, they choose these packages to give as gifts, and especially with the younger generation, when instead of they just put in the saving in the bank account, which as I mentioned previously today in the webinar, that is not even safe anymore. So it's much more sort of not safe, it will be incorrect to say, but as alternative, you can use you can invest the money in a company and you receive these shares in return. And especially with kids, they would be able to access the packages only when they turn 18, which means that the price per share could increase like significantly by that time. Investment opportunity will close at stage 10. No, Brian, the investment opportunity would still be there. The monthly packages would not be available on stage 10. So on monthly packages, on stage number 10, we only will have lump sum investment, which means that people who are going for monthly packages today, regardless, when we go to stage number 10, they will still be given opportunity to pay off the packages for the old price. People who missed opportunities in stage number 9 and let's say they decided to invest stage number 10, they would not have monthly packages at all. This would not be an option. So therefore, it's therefore people who want to have a larger portfolio today, the monthly packages is ideal tool, because then you don't have to run around and seeking for lump sum to invest. You can slowly invest, and it's not necessary that you have to pay all 10 months. Some people, they start paying in 1 month and then they paid off everything within 4 months or 5 months. So you are completely in control here. So you can pay it off in 10 months, in 4 months, in 6 months, or you can pay everything in one go. It's up to you. When the stage 10 begin, usually company will announce like 2 weeks before. there's a very big possibility that from stage number 9 we can go to stage number 11, because we now start, remember I mentioned about India. So once they send a few transfers, then this money also can be used to for the equity and the product development, which means that we can jump from stage number 9 to stage number 11, because every single stage, again, if you look at our business development plan, and there are certain number, money, number of the, not number of money, gosh, talking too much. There is certain investment which we need to raise. So for the stage number 10, for us to go to stage number 10, we need to raise 25 million. So once we raise 25 million, we're in stage number 10. When we raised another, I think it's 30 million, 30 something, we go to stage number 11. So it's like one by one by one by one. So because we now have a huge exposure, and lots of people from around the world, from the government side, they want to do local projects. Local projects, they cost lots of money, right? It's 5 million per kilometer. So India, they have 922 million, which they want to purchase, which they want to invest in returns of technical documentation. So of course, when they pay this money, some of the money can be utilized for the park development, which means that it's good to go via crowdfunding, but at the same time, crowdfunding strategy is good just at the beginning when you have exposure. But now we have, big investors coming. Now we have a government coming as well. So therefore, we can jump from stages to stages to stages. But this stage will be the last one when you can have installments. Yeah. I bought EIP installment 100 a month ago. It's possible to buy another one. Yes, you can have a multiple monthly installments. There is no limit how many monthly installments you can or should have. Is there a description of each stage and what occurs at each stage? It is, yeah, absolutely, Brian. Very good question. It is public information. And I really encourage you guys to read and to understand, because we not just understand how much money we need to raise, but there is a detailed description, even to how many people we need to hire. There is detailed description which give you understanding how we're going to spend this money. And these are all documents which, again, should give you, like another tick in terms of is the company safe to invest? Of course it is. We have a business development plan. We have different stages, and we understand how much money we need to raise each stage, and we know how we're going to spend this money. So everything is transparent, everything is public. So you need to go to your back office, and there's going to be a tab, documents. When you click, and you will be able to access business development plan. What is the latest figure in the funds we have raised? Harish, well, as I mentioned, we raised, the total number is 27 million. And again, because we do kind of crowdfunding all this time, most of the time through the stage, especially if the refers from stage number 1, I believe, to stage number 6 was only crowdfunding. And then slowly, we have, more and more people coming from big investor side. So we raised only 15 million last year, and then 1 million each month. So the closer, again, we are to the technology certification, then amount of investment grow very fast. So last year, for example, our company, SkyWay Invest Group, we were doing more than million every month. So imagine, we are already a multi-million company. But this is just the beginning. Again, this is just, we're still baby, because the project is huge. So therefore, I think last year was the biggest year for us, because we managed to raise over 12 million just for crowdfunding, and plus we have a few big investors last year. So therefore, the figures, it might not go as fast. It's not like this month 25, next month is 35, but we get in there. You see now how fast the people now getting involved in the business. We have all the proofs. We have transport ready, middle of this year certification. Then big investors will come. They finish the park, and therefore, you need to be quite confident to say that by the end of this year, even before autumn, probably Ecotechno Park will be completed. And this is our targets. um, will there come to point at any stage when crowdfunding will be closed? Well, crowdfunding for Eco Technopark will be closed as soon as Eco Technopark is funded completely. However, we can also offer crowdfunding for local projects. So let's say in Europe we have an agreement with Czech Republic, but they don't have a funds to build the road. So to a certain extent, we can offer people to invest in Czech Republic as well. So we're not gonna do 100% the crowdfunding from people, but to a certain extent, maybe 5 to 10%, people can still chip in. The only disadvantage would be that people who invest today, they invest in main technology, which means that they're entitled to receive the dividends from every single road being built globally. If people miss the opportunity to invest in a main company and they invest in a local project, then they will only receive dividends from the local project. So they will have this disadvantage, but from another hand, people who are looking for security, that is their security. So they invest and they receive little return, but then it's guaranteed return. So therefore, again, remember the beginning, risk and reward, liquidity, guaranteed safety. These all factors, they really, overlapping. Perfect. Well, that's pretty much it with regards to investment. And very briefly, as most of you know, we use reward-based crowdfunding to attract the business. So we're not just looking for people who invest in company and they sit back and wait when company goes to IPO. We're looking for active people and leaders who want to grow with the company together. And that is why we have reward-based crowdfunding, which means that every time when you invite someone to the business, we use like word of mouth as our main tool and online marketing. When you invite someone to the business and person invest, then you receive a commission. And we have a specific day, which is Thursday, when we go much more detail about the business. But I just wanted to give you, the what is called the quick preview. What are the income streams we can offer today as a single company? We have 7 income streams. 5 of them is today and 2 of them will be tomorrow. So number 1 is network, which means that when you use our back office, which is skywayinvestgroup.com/en, you will have your referral link. So every time you refer another person, you would be able to receive commission from the company. So you're not taking the money from the person you introduced. You're not taking from from his personal investment, but this is the money company allocated for market development. So company pay you commission. And we have here residual income as well, which means that we have a few levels when people can receive the money on their personal, when they invite people personally, but also if they have a network and they want to work and they want to build a network, they also have opportunity to get people involved and receive residual income. Number 2, which is again only valid on stage number 9. Every time when you sign people, or every time when people invest, you would be able to also receive percentage from the portfolio, which means that if I today, let's say, invest $1,000 or 1,000 units, I will receive 115,000 pre-IPO equity shares. So you, as the person who invited me, you will receive 3.7%, which means that you will receive 3,450 shares, pre-IPO shares, as the bonus from the company. So just think about it. The company not just give you commission, the company also give you a piece of company every time when you promote the company. It's same like as if I use the iPhone. If I would recommend you to use the iPhone and you go and buy iPhone, it would be really cool if Apple can send me a little check and plus the shares on the top. But unfortunately, it's not happening because Apple is Apple, and we are not yet that established. But company today, we also realize that it is very expensive to give bonus shares. So therefore, back to your Aroha questions, yes, the bonus shares will be stopped from the next stage, which means, guys, that stage number 9 for you personally is very key if you want to get as much as possible out of the, your personal investment, out of your network, out of your, working hard for company. So the stage number 9 would be the last stage when company will give you bonus shares. So once we go to stage number 10, then only percent from the network. However, today, till further notice, for every single introduction you do, if person invest, then you receive money plus you receive bonus. Number 3 is company representative, which means that if you decide to open office, you need to be in certain level and you have also the skills. Which requires by companies. So just open office for open sake. There are certain things and activities which should be undertaken by you, but then once you become a company representative, you can also receive the percentage on the top, which will be given you not just for your personal kind of not your network development, but through other people as well. So you will become sort of the regional director, to put it in traditional business. Yeah, like they would have called you a regional director. Number 4 is project initiation. Again, if you help us to initiate the project in your country or in any other countries, then company quite happy to pay you percentage from the project development and percentage from the big contracts. If you have anyone who invests more than 100,000, then this person would not go through the SkyWay Invest Group website. This person will go directly to Andre, and with our lawyer, we will send yourself, the person, to Unitsky when you need to sign their agreement, and then you will receive your commission and your bonuses. And percentage from big contract is up to 5%, and percentage from the bonus shares is up to 2.5%. So these are 5 income streams which is available for anyone today. As soon as you're serious about the business, you know who we are, you know what we do, and you're very confident to talk to another people and you want to be involved in the company big time. We have a special training which will be announced probably within next 1 week, called Profit Training, which will be organized by company, and myself and Armand, Andrei Havratov, and other few people will be speakers when we teach you guys about how you should promote the SkyWay with the big investors, how you need to promote the SkyWay technology when you talk about local projects, what are legal frameworks, and etc. So it's very important for people who are really serious about the company, and if you're here for the long term, not just for short-term profit, but if you want to be involved in a company development, for the next 5-10 years or whatever the years you feel like, then definitely we need to complete this training. But these are income streams available for everyone, as I'm said. The network and investment, you don't need to have much trading. You can just invite people for a webinar presentation. However, if you want to do C, D, and E, then of course you would need to have a training and you need to understand the company like spot on. And 2 more income streams, which are tomorrow, IPO, which I mentioned, this is our exit strategy, and the dividends. And as I mentioned previously, the dividends are guaranteed by Unitsky. 20% of the company profit have to go towards the payoff for the dividends. So do you have any questions on the business part before I go to promotions? It was very briefly. If you want to learn a bit more about business, then you would need to come back on Thursday, where we'll go much more detail about the business topic. Okay, well, it seems like you don't have any questions in terms of the business. It's all nice and clear. I guess for new people, that would be it pretty much. So the promotions, they kind of there for people who already either investors or partners. Like, you can feel free to stay here, but I will take another probably 20-15 minutes, because we have few very awesome promotions, and I know that you'll have lots of questions. So for new people, if you want to leave, then yeah, please, you can leave now, because we finished the main presentation. And for people who want to stay, know more about promotion, then I will take another probably 15-20 minutes of your time to go through the promotions. Okay, yes, thank you very much, Aroha. I will have this webinar recorded as well, definitely. Perfect. So, promotions. As I said, Ecotechno Park. Ecotechno Park promotion, it's open for everyone. So you can go and register. This is the special link which I want to share with you guys, and please make sure that you fill up these forms ASAP, because I would need to organize, like, we have a few people who will organize the events, and we need to know how many English speaking people we will have, because we need to order in advance translator in all materials. So we will use this the statistics from this landing for us to calculate how many people we will have. So if you're planning to take the guests with you, or even if you don't know, but please each of you fill up the form and put number of guests you think you might take with you, because we don't want to be in a situation where I have, let's say, 500 people who fill up the form, then I order 500 handsets, and then all of a sudden we have 700 people, and then another 200 people, they will be there, just silently walking, and try to understand what's going on. So please make sure that you fill up these forms. The deadline is by the mid of April, which was 15th of April, I believe it's Saturday. 15 or 16 of April. So please make sure that you fill up the forms before that, because then we will calculate English speaking people, Italian speaking people, and then we will see what we need to order and etc. So ASAP, this needs to be done ASAP by all of you guys. Second promotion, which is again in line with Ecotechno Park. This is something you can find in your back office as well. It's been published today in our in news. So anyone who from 1st of April until 31st of March will attract investment for $5,300 and more, you will be shortlisted for the people who can visit Ecotechno Park second day free of charge, plus company will pay for transport and accommodation. Yeah, so these 10 people will be shortlisted. And then what will happen next, because we have this promotion for almost April, May, for almost 2 months, then we will see who is the leader among these top people. And then if you're going to have, let's say, for argument's sake, we have 50 people who managed to bring investors who invested 5,300. So if you're going to have 20 people like this, then we're going to see who actually made the most, and these 10 people will be allocated with a 3 travel and 3 accommodation. So only 10 people. So therefore it says here he will make the largest personal investment before the rest of the participant within the time period. So if you're going to have someone who, let's say, bring the 20,000 in investment, then of course this person will be shortlisted and this person will be priority. So therefore we only have 10 tickets. The minimum is 5,300 for you to be shortlisted, and once you bring more, then probably closer to May, end of the May, these 10 lucky 10 people would be announced. I wouldn't actually say luckiest, because then we work hard to mean the promotions. So people who work not necessarily hard but clever, these are which will be allocated with transportation and free accommodation. And as far as I know, this will be 2nd of July. So 1st of July open for everyone. 2nd of July only open for people who won this contest. So it's going to be 10 people. And then 3rd, 4th, and 5th of the May for people who are consultant level and more, we will do conferences. We'll do the conference where Khavratov will talk more about the company development perspective, and it's going to be his personal coaching and training. So therefore, please make sure that, especially for leaders in this chat, that you reach consultant level before you go into Minsk, because it is very crucial to have you there, especially with our CEO, to have, training. And also, he will explain more about company development. And this is something you have to go through if you are serious about the business. So therefore, we have this promotion, which I will share with you now in chat, so you would be able to see. So if you go to this website, you will find information about the hotel. So we are staying in Victoria hotels. It's Victoria 1, Victoria 2, and Victoria Spa, where all partners are welcome to book the accommodation. The good news is that you don't have to pay now, so you can go to the website today, you can reserve the room, and then if you change your mind, you can cancel with like free of charge. Use this promo code if you want to stay for the all 5 days. If you want to stay less days or more days, then promo code will not be valid. However, for people who want to stay from the 1st till the 5th, which is the entire program, then you can use this promo code, and then you will receive very good discount from the hotel. Another important thing for you guys to remember is your visa. Remember, we mentioned during one of the webinars that Belarus, they open visa for 5 working days, right? So here you need to be careful, because there are a few terms and conditions behind this. So first of all, people who travel in abroad, they have to travel to Minsk International Airport. So if you take in the bus, if you take in the train, if you take in the car, the visa would not be counted as the free visa. So it's only for people who actually take in the plane. So you need to land in International Minsk Airport. And also the day you landed, that will be your first day, which means if you come into Minsk for the grand opening, which means for Ecotechno Park only, then it's fine. If you want to stay for training, and if you want to meet with Khavratov and you want to go through his coaching and etc., then it's going to be more than 5 days in total, because then we arrive in on 30th, it's day number 1, then 1st is day number 2, 3 is 2nd, in 3rd is 4th, and etc. So it's going to be more than 5 days in total. So make sure that if you stay here, if you want to stay for the entire program, which is 5 days, you need to have your visa, or you need to then another option would be that you leave straight away after the training, and then you first day when you arrive in a country has to be 1st of July, not 30th. So make sure you know this, guys, because it's very important. And we already have a few issues with one of our with a few delegates who traveled to Minsk, and they thought that they're not going to have the visa. They're going to have the visa for 7 days. So it is not the case, only for 5 days. Can you put plus if this is very clear about the program, what days, what program we have, and where you can stay, and if you understand about the visa? Plus, plus, plus. Great. Another great news is Museum of String Transport. Again, this all information, guys, available on our news. If you go to SkyWay Invest Group back office, you would be able to access this information. And I will record the webinar, and probably what I'll also do, maybe like put a few bullet points in our chat, then other people who missed this webinar, they would be able to listen. So Museum of String Transport, again, it's available for everyone, because it's going to be 1st of July. So we will have this museum at Ecotechno Park in Minsk, where you will see your names displayed as soon as you invested and you received more than 1,000 shares. Again, there's There are conditions which you can access in your back office, but for every single investor who ever invests in a company and more than $1,000, he or she would be able to see their names in SkyWay String Technology Museum, which is allocated in the heart of our Ecotechnopark in Minsk. So this is something will stay there forever. So it is not just for one-off for the event. Your name will be there and will be highly appreciated because you play a very big role in company development. Each of you spend lots of time, you spend your money, you spend your energy, you spend your resources, you promote the company, you believe in company. So therefore, company also wants to give you back something which will stay there forever. And then when we in 30, 40 years time, when Skyway will be running all over the globe, then we can invite young generation, we can show them this museum where our names will be written in the history forever. How cool is that? So and there are also little incentive for those people who invest more. Of course, your name will be bigger, or your plate will be bigger. For those who invest less, then your plate will be smaller. But I guess for those who think that science matters, then you better to invest more because the promotion will finish very soon. For those who just want to have their name written, as soon as you invested 1,000, then you will have your name written there in a museum of string technology. So hopefully you enjoy this all promotions we have and latest updates. Please take the note of the latest promo code. I saw this promo code in our chat anyway, but for those who don't know, you can use this promo code when you register new people. You copy paste this promo code during the registration, and person will receive extra 30 shares as the gift. So in total, 50 pre-IPO shares will be given person after verification process. So please take the print screen. This promo code is valid till the end of the April. That's it, guys. We finished for tonight. I'm sorry it took a bit longer, but I wanted to explain properly about their what is called about the promotions and Ecotechnopark accommodation and everything, because I know we still have time. But with the promotion like this, like lots of people already start taking actions. So if you want to visit not just park, but if you want to visit the manufacturing plant, if you want to visit the office where Unitsky sit with his team, then 2nd of July is the day, but only 10 people who will win the promotion, only they will be able to attend and receive free accommodation, free travel from the company. Harish, you need to double check for verification. I believe verification is 20 shares, and then promo code is 30 shares. Or if verification is give 30 shares, the promo code is 20. Like altogether is 50. Verification plus promo code will give you 50 shares. Mila, can you please repeat the promo? It's minimum 5,300 from our own personal investment, or this is from first level. This is from your first level. So from I know, like they translated in English with a slight mistake. I already requested to rewrite, because it's not your personal like investment. Not like you have to, but the investment you attract on your first level. So let's just summarize one more time. Let's go back to promotion so we very clear, and then you know what to answer if people will ask you. So if you invest, if you attract 5,300 as your personal investment, which means your first level, you would be shortlisted to be nominated to this top 10 people, right? Afterwards, these people, top 10 people, they're not gonna stop just on 5,300. They can attract more and more investors. So out of this, wherever the crowd will be nominated for top 10 people, company will select only the most successful, only those who can invest or who can attract the largest investment, and only those 10 people will attend Ecotechnopark, where company pays for travel and accommodation. Yeah, is that clear? So can you guys please put plus if you understand this promotion? Okay, perfect. You do. Well, if you're gonna have any questions, you can kind of ask again in chat, and I will be able to answer. But I guess for today, that will be it from my side. I hope you enjoyed this webinar, and I see you all on Thursday when Madi Dumitras will talk more about the business. So business webinars specifically for people who are interested in the business. We're going to do a bit of calculation, so then you can realize that numbers talks, and there are lots of different promotions as well coming. But this would be our main for this year, because Ecotechnopark only like grand opening happening once in a life, and as you know, that certification will be June, July, which means that we will be able to see technology, up and running and certified, hopefully. So it's going to be a huge event. So therefore, make sure that you put all your forces together. Tell people about this beautiful opportunity to be part of this company. They can not just make daydreams to come through, to come through and become like financially dependent, but also they can help the environment. We can help lots of countries. We can have lots of people who are struggling today to get the transport, even with the cargo transport. Have a few projects which will be able to import clean water to the countries where they don't have it, like in Africa. So there's lots of things behind this. This is just top of iceberg what I mentioned this webinar. There are so many things behind which company want to implement. So we'll have a lots of success, lots of joy, and this is a company you can be really, really proud of to be part of. So thank you very much for your time. I wish you all the best and see you soon. Bye bye.